Hi, and welcome back to another video. And today, I'll be doing this election simulation if Kamala Harris decided to run for president in 2028 and was elected the Democratic nominee, and if JD Vance, the frontrunner who would be the vice president at the time, decided to run for president and was the Republican nominee. Now, why am I making these videos? Well, usually when we transition into off-year elections like this, there's so much news to go around. So I do believe that these videos are very fun to make, and this is actually my first time making these, and I really hope I get to make more, and I get better as I go along the way. But they're really fun to make. As an election nerd, as myself, I see other channels making these videos, so why not make some myself? I think it'll be very fun to try out, and I think I'm going to enjoy it. So of course, I'm going to be using data from, of course, the election that happened 3 weeks ago, and even some past ones, 2020, 2020, 2016, try and, with this election simulation, then obviously fiction, obviously probably not going to happen. I doubt Kamala Harris will ever be the nominee again, but still, these videos are going to be fun to make, and I'm excited to make them, and I hope they're entertaining for you guys. But, anyways, so if we're starting off the bat here, obviously we have to give all the safe states to both Kamala Harris and JD Vance. So obviously Kamala Harris will win Washington, oh my goodness, California, Colorado, let's see, Hawaii. Oh, and this video I almost forgot. So this video is going to be based off if Kamala Harris was nominee, and if JD Vance was nominee, and if JD Vance had won the election, kind of like Trump did in 2024 and 2016. And the next video will be if Kamala Harris can beat JD Vance. So Kamala Harris could win all these states. Here, I'm gonna give her safe for Oregon. Her getting 14 points in the most recent election in Oregon, honestly, was surprising. I thought she'd get at least over 15, but I'm gonna put it as a safe margin for her. Along with obviously Illinois, New York. New York's gonna be actually tilt as it was. I'm not saying that New York's gonna be competitive for JD Vance. Like, let's say Kamala Harris gets like maybe around 14 points. Maybe she falls below 15 points, especially if this is an election where JD Vance does not win. But anyways, let me fill out the rest here. Of course, Minnesota's gonna be tilt. Let's see. New Hampshire's gonna be tilt. All these are gonna be safe though. All these are gonna be safe. Obviously, Kamala Harris will win these no problem, as she did in the election. Obviously, Virginia's gonna be tilt. Let's see. Let's do the safe ones for JD Vance. There's gonna be a lot here. So we have obviously the ones that Trump was able to win all 3 times. There we go. So yeah, all those would be safe if we're talking about a JD Vance victory. However, Iowa, I think I'll put as tilt, just because it's been competitive in the past. Yeah, obviously all these are gonna be safe red for JD Vance, except for Ohio, South Carolina. I'm gonna leave obviously I'm gonna leave these states alone. However, I don't think in 4 years' time Florida is really going to be changing. I don't think it's going to trend any more Republican, but I don't think it's going to trend any more near the Democrats. So obviously, I'm going to put it as a tilt, as I did my predictions for 2024, and I was right on Florida, despite being wrong in other several states. But hey, we learned from that. Texas is going to be probably tilt. I don't think Democrats are going to make much of an advantage. Alaska is going to be tilt. Obviously, Utah is safe Republican. Yeah, so now I'm gonna take a look, obviously take a look at all these elections here. But yeah, so we see what Donald Trump was able to do in 2024, right? Really, really, hamp on the economy and drive the message home. And I remember during the campaign where I saw a couple Trump ads, and I do believe that there was some messaging in there that was actually pretty effective, especially when it came down to the transgender issue, as we're seeing right now with Nancy Mace. But Donald Trump was able to say Kamala Harris is for they/them, Donald Trump is for you. Really playing on that pronoun issue, and it really it resonated with voters, and you could clearly see they delivered for Donald Trump. So yeah, and I know this is a simulation video, but still, I believe, if Donald Trump has a good presidency, obviously in this simulation for this timeline, let's say that Donald Trump, serves out his 4 years as president, and has a good year as president. He does pretty well as president, and JD Vance decides to run, maybe has a good approval rating as vice president. So yeah, things would be looking up for him. But anyway, yeah. So Donald Trump, obviously, he gave JD Vance his election map, and it'd be JD Vance's job to make sure to go all in with this and win. Yeah. So let's see what we do here. So obviously, oh, I almost forgot this. Kamala Harris is gonna win that, and let's see. So I think if it came down to Kamala Harris, obviously Kamala Harris was not going to win North Carolina in this timeline. I'm going to put it as tilt Republican because we're looking at this in a way if JD Vance was going to win the election. So now we're getting down to the competitive states if JD Vance were able to win here. Obviously, he's going to win this, she's going to win that. But yeah, we're getting down to the really important stuff here. But yeah. Oh my goodness, so sorry. I forgot I still had it on Kamala Harris, but so now when we get down to Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Georgia, obviously Georgia is going to go to Vance, but yeah, competitive. But like not a close one. Not a close one. I was expecting in the 2024 election, I was expecting Georgia to be insanely close. Right? That is not what happened if you look at Georgia. Trump won Georgia by 2 points. Obviously, yes, that's kind of close, but still, Trump was performing very, very well in Georgia, and he was able to defeat Kamala Harris in there, along in North Carolina, and of course the blue wall, which I guess now you could be calling the red wall. I mean, if you want to. I mean, I'm surprised Republicans aren't doing that. I mean, we've been calling it the blue wall forever now, and it's Trump won it back for the first time in 8 years. So, yeah. I'm surprised that there's not some Trump supporters or Republicans calling it the red wall. If I was a Trump supporter, I'd be calling it the red wall, because now you have Pennsylvania going to Donald Trump as much as it went to Joe Biden in 2020. Michigan, this is obviously an improvement for Trump. All these are improvements for Trump, but still, kind of surprised they're not calling it the red wall by now, considering that how much they voted for Donald Trump and rejected Kamala Harris. But anyways. So, if we're looking at this, obviously, I'm going to say, because I don't think JD Vance would win Nevada. And this isn't me being biased against JD Vance, because usually Nevada goes really well for Democrats. But Donald Trump winning Nevada, honestly, I don't really think anyone saw this coming, including myself. I really expected Kamala Harris to win this one, because Democrats have won it time and time again. I believe this is the first time since 2004 since a Republican has actually picked up Nevada for the very first time in over 20 years. So yeah, that's really incredible for something like that to happen, but I do believe Nevada could flip back to Kamala Harris's side. Yeah, because, Nevada's friendly to Democrats, and she'd win it by a squeaker or whatever. And then you have down to, obviously, the most 5 important states after Georgia goes to Vance, after Florida goes to Vance, after North Carolina goes to Vance. So, obviously, Kamala Harris's, map here is looking tricky. Nevada's a good spot for her to win. She's performing better than 2024. However, obviously, New Hampshire's going to go to Harris. Sorry if you guys hear birds in the background. There's bird noises happening out my window, right next to my window. So if you guys hear that, that's what that is. But anyways, so now I do believe that also JD Vance will probably win Arizona, as I did predict Trump would win Arizona, and I was right. And so now you're right. You're JD Vance. You're looking good. And if you're Kamala Harris, you're freaking out, right? You got those 3 states left. And, those are the big ones that always decide it. So, yeah, you're not too sure what to do here. But, so, obviously, JD Vance is going to take Wisconsin in a good election like this. And then he's going to take Michigan by crazy, crazy close margins. And so, at that point, that's it, obviously, JD Vance is elected the next president of the United States. He's elected the next president of the United States. And then Also, I mean, maybe Kamala Harris, in a weird close election, maybe let's say she'd take Pennsylvania. But honestly, in an election like this, that these three states always vote within each other, I do believe JD Vance would be taking Pennsylvania in a situation like this. So, yeah. Yeah, that'd be really interesting. He'd be basically almost copying Donald Trump's 2024 map, except for Nevada. Nevada would flip back to Harris by just a very slow margin here. So yeah, that'd be really incredible to see. Yeah, very very interesting to see if JD Vance was able to once again defeat Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris was set to be the running mate when Joe Biden decided to run for re-election. That obviously didn't happen. And it would be cool if we actually got to see them debate each other in 2028, as I do believe that Kamala Harris defeated Donald Trump in that September debate, regardless of what you think. But clearly, that debate did not matter in the eyes of the voters. They were much, much worried on the economy, their wallet, how much the high prices were. And honestly, Democrats seemed to really ignore the issue, and that's why Kamala Harris and the Senate Democrats were punished as bad as they were. Clearly, House Democrats are doing much better because these voters are really just voting for either just governor, president, and Senate, and that's it. They turn in their ballot. Obviously, there's going to be some Republican voters that vote all the way down, and there's Democrat voters like that too. But I think there's the wide margin of voters out there in this election that just simply voted for those three candidates. You just president, governor, and Senate. They completely ignore the House, or they just voted for the president and they turn in their ballot. I really do think there's a wide margin of voters like that. What the hell is this counting down? Okay, so this is inauguration day. I was looking at this. I was like, what is this too? So yeah, this is inauguration day. It's kind of upsetting we don't get the governor ones here, but we get the midterms here. Let me hope the midterms. Midterms are, oh my god, midterms are forever away. 706 days. But anyways, yeah, 54 days until Donald Trump is inaugurated president of the United States. But anyways, yeah, that would be that'd be the map for if JD Vance were to win here. To win. Sorry, I forgot about these two. But yeah, that is the map. Kamala Harris 232, JD Vance 306. Now you're probably saying to yourself, where have I seen this before? Well, this actually is Donald Trump's 2016 map, not 2024, because he didn't win Nevada. But this was also Joe Biden's numbers in the 2020 election, which I could actually pull that up for you guys. Here, let's see. Here, past elections. So yeah, this was Joe Biden's map. Obviously, he won, Nevada, the blue wall, Georgia. He came close with North Carolina. Trump, obviously improved in North Carolina, but still, that was Joe Biden's electoral college win. That I thought if Trump or Harris won, I thought they'd just get 306. Trump getting more than that was honestly kind of a shock to me, especially because he was able to pick off Nevada. So that is really something. Such a big electoral college win. But yeah, we'll see what the Democrats are able to do in 2028. And yeah, that's going to be it for the video. However, before I do end this video, I want to say that tomorrow is obviously Thanksgiving. So for the rest of the week, I will not be uploading. Yes, I will be gone for 4 days, and I will not be uploading. So you guys can expect to see me back on next Monday. I don't know what date that is. It's 4 days from now. I think that's December 1st, possibly. Yeah, that could be. Yeah, I think so. Unless it's the 31st, but we'll find out when I come back next Monday. But anyways, yeah, that's the video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you did, please like and subscribe down below and follow me on Blue Sky at Vote Breakdown, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.